Thank you very much, Neil. Indeed, in sort of an age of like Morphlings, Terrorblades,
yeah,
every
like,
game,
come on,
it's like nice.
Give me something
Finally,
new.
something new. Yatoro, you know, he's an entertainer. He wants to give the crowd what they want, the viewers
Absolutely.
what they love. We're getting some fun. We're getting the Faceless Void. As I said, hyped to see it.
Yep.
It's just the thing is, Chronosphere this game, it's going to be pretty difficult to use. You don't have crazy explosive damage to throw into the Chrono around you, and actually getting those Chronos, it's going to be hard, right? There's an Abaddon. It doesn't feel good to Chrono. If you Chrono someone else, there's going to be a Solar Guardian coming in, and then the other three heroes, the Puck, the Tusk, the Bat, what do they all have in common? They're going to be buying Blink Daggers.
Yeah.
So you're trying to Chrono these heroes that are jumping out unless they're set up beforehand. It's not going to be easy for Yatoro. But as I said, Spirit, they like it difficult because that's when they win.
And, oh, little bit off the shards there for Mr. Jinkyu. I will say, so Spirit, they usually draft like this, right? The T was also mentioning it. They don't have the most damage early. They're a bit more about the later stuff, but they do have layers because you have Silencer. It's a very good Silencer game. Like, sure, maybe you try to kill the Void or the Ember, but then you can global the Dawn ulti, you can global the follow-up spell. So very good Silencer game as well. I will say that it's like two different styles. You have Xtreme, who have a way faster tempo lineup. They need to keep up the pressure. They will play fast, but at the same time, they have to stay ahead. The moment they fall behind in the net worth in the mid game, they're in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. If this goes to like late game, like a late game Yatoro Void, he'll out-carry them all.
Oh yeah, we've seen it so many times before.
So that'll be when it gets scary. Because obviously at that point down the line, you know, once Lal's got items, Collapse has got items, you know, the Sleight of Fist, the Swashbuckles being thrown into Chrono will feel very, very good and pretty much guarantee them those late game kills. So yeah, let's see how much pressure XG can put on and how much they can punish this Void lineup in the early to mid game.
So I like what, at least, actually I like what both teams did in the draft, because XG, they banned out the Morphling, because yesterday you saw the Yatoro Morph against the Dawnbreaker lane. It's like one of the best answers.
Yeah.
So they go with the Void, similar, you have Time Walk, you have the Dilation, but not just that. Spirit also put the Dark Willow into the safe lane, because as opposed to the Silencer, Willow cannot really die to Tusk's Dawn. You just Shadow Realm and you're chilling.
And we'll see who does make the slip up. On bottom. Root. He's going to go down first. And we'll get Jinkyu in return there. Yatoro to get the kill, but XXS getting that first blood, taking down Root.
Yep.
Top lane, Miposhka.
Shield.
He's
Pop.
getting dove by Arme. Arme gets the kill.
Some good stuff for XG. I mean, of course, Yatoro won't be too sad about a killing trade, but they did get the first blood. Collapse.
He's got Swashbuckle.
He's got Stick and Shield Crash. He's gonna be okay.
That's close, though. A lot of damage coming in. Miposhka back in with the TP, gets the curse out of the two of them. So we'll be able to trade a fair bit of damage back. Have the wave coming in onto them on the top lane. Here, Collapse and Miposhka.
Yeah, because this is where Spirit, they would rather just damage control, right? Like get through the lanes, like 50-50, at least when it comes to the side lanes. In the mid, you've got the Ember and the Puck. Both should be pretty happy, but later on, I expect Lara to have a slightly better time.
And so far on the bottom lane, they will get the trap on Aru again. He'll be able to get himself out with the Bramble. XXS does pull himself forward aggressively, but won't be able to finish off any sort of kill.
I will say, if more kill trades come out in the safe lane, generally that is something that Void likes a lot. He doesn't farm very fast, he doesn't really go around and do too much, so any injection of XP to have higher levels or gold to get to a faster Mask of Madness Maelstrom is very good for Yatoro.
It's alright.
A good bash. Time dilation soon, but they will chill.
He's going to be feeling... Ooh, top lane Polison nearly ticking out to the curse of Miposhka there. Still has to be careful as low as he is. Oh, and he might just be dead there. Miposhka finds him. Yep, throws in a blood grenade, couple of hits. Easy kill from Miposhka.
Just hides around the tree line. Gets Polison sneaking in.
Mid lane continues to be very even here between XM and Lal.
Because I would expect XG to be a little happier when it comes to your own safe lane. You have a strong support in the Bat Rider, and usually heroes like Abaddon can really help their support like overtake this matchup. But Miposhka, I mean, we've seen this guy is just really damn good as a support. Even when he goes into the off lane, doesn't matter. He knows what he's got to do. Ruin Jinkyu just having a little water rune battle.
Yatoro obviously doesn't mind being left in the 1v1 here. Can very easily still get the farm. Not at any threat of dying against the Dawn solo.
I definitely like to see XG try to utilize their spells like early on in the game when it comes to combining the coil with the Dawn ult.
Well, good damage here from XM in the mid.
Oh, it's got the fairy.
XM's going to try for this.
He wants to.
He's got the off the mark with the waning rift. So La will be fine.
Either way, it is good pressure. Because later when the global comes out against XG, it's gonna be not that easy, honestly, for them to make moves. It's already not that easy to go on Larl because he's an Ember and your Tusk is the +4. As we have some pressure up top. Lots of spells being thrown.
That's a lot of damage that Polison's going to take off the back of that curse. Does have a salve at the ready, so is prepared to stick in the lane. Between Armate and Collapse up here, farm continues to be very, very even. Close start across all lanes so far.
Yeah, let's see about some of the early movement for XG here. Because, I mean, I don't want to set the narrative too early, but a even laning stage definitely does benefit Team Spirit, as Yatoro having kind of a free game for now when it comes to the lane. Already treads and soon to have like a Morbid Mask if he wants to.
Yeah, he can fight with this. Tease around with him at least, see if he can fish for some bashes. In the mid, Maposhka heading over here. Both supports from teams looking towards the 6-minute power rune.
Yeah, gonna have a 3-on-3 around the mid lane for now. Regen.
Axum's gonna be able to grab that. Now they're gonna try and go aggressive from Maposhka. Closing in with the snowball. Maposhka's surrounded, caught by the Dream Coil. They'll try and turn and take down Xingqiu, and we'll find him just a 1-for-1. Of course, both team supports can very much do this, just with the sort of lane setups of the cores on both side lanes. It's, yeah, both sides of the maps, both cores happy to be left on their own, hitting creeps. Nobody's going to be killing each other yet.
Yeah, they've got lots of like turn and like help when it comes to, yeah, just helping each other out on the map. We should be closing in on the Dawn ult pretty shortly. Same with the Chronosphere. I mean, I don't expect Yatoro to ever leave this lane. He's more of the TP to help out if they overplay, because otherwise you're just happy farming in the bottom lane. But XG, really looking at them to like speed it up. Next coil, connected with the Dawn ult, but where do they want to do it? Do they want to go on Larl with both spells together? Maybe they smoke XM to the bottom lane onto Yatoro to get him killed? We'll have to see how they go. But they want to hit big in this early game. And we saw this the other day in a different game. The offlane Pango, who straight up rushed the defusal against an Abaddon, which had super big impact. Polison should be fine, get shielded.
And I think one thing as well that's going to be in the late game. This might be a bit more. Actually, we'll hold that for because XM's coming in with a rotation top. Collapse. And Maposhka scrambling back to the tower.
Oh, they walk it off.
Yep, they're not going to be able to get the setup here.
What do we got about the late game, Owen?
It's a late game.
Late game.
Can't you just completely destroy the Abaddon carry if you're the Void? If late game you get like a 6th item Silver Edge and you Chrono, break him, Global Silence, he's dead every time, right?
Yeah, then you need like a Lotus Orb on like Xtreme to kind of counteract it and go about it. But
there's still a counterplay. I mean, true.
I mean, at that point, Void is kind of, you know, he's in his territory anyhow. So we'll have to see, because for XG, yeah, they want to stay ahead, try to keep making some moves before, and at least shut them down. Yeah,
no, I'm going to be interested to see what Yatoro does go for the build. So far, it's just going to be the Mask of Madness into the Maelstrom Manta. So no surprises there with the early first few items for the Void.
Coil at the ready, Dawn ultimate.
And he's going to be able to kite out to the side though here, Lal. Have they got enough to take him down? They'd only get the slider fist off. Lal's fine, backup comes in. Yatoro jumps over towards XXS, coming in with the bashes to bring XXS down. They try for an aggressive move there between sort of the Coil and the Solar Guardian. It does not work out for them, XG. They get nothing, and they lose their offlane.
Definitely a bit troublesome. I mean, of course, you know, you're playing the Ember in this matchup. Larl maxed out the Flame Guard to give himself a little bit more of a barrier, but when you have the Coil Dawn combo, you need to place your Coil and the Dawn ult so that they connect,
yes.
right? Because that didn't happen.
Because he was able to step out of it.
Yeah.
He was like, I'll just step to the side.
So they need to hit that next time around.
Yep.
But that's a secondary or even the third reason why Void is generally, if you get away with a slower game, Void is very good against Dawn. You don't get pressured too much in the lane.
No,
you have
not
the
at
time
all.
dilation, and when they make these moves where they like gather up and Dawn drops in, you can just TP and then counter with the Chrono.
Yeah, it is pretty chill for Yatoro down here. To the point where I was even wondering if he was maybe considering, you know, could he have gotten away with Midas this game? Or
That's quite greedy. I don't like
too
it.
greedy.
Yeah, like you want to have like the Mask of Madness to withstand the
it feels
lane.
so good.
Exactly, like be topped off. As they do bring Miposhka down here, of course he needs a little bit of experience.
Especially when you have the Maelstrom on something Mask of Madness, it kind of becomes a situation in this lane where you got to be careful on the Dawnbreaker, because you could just get chronoed and killed.
I mean, it looks like for now they want to try to sneak in this global silence before the next combo play of Xtreme. I don't know if they'll be able to. So XG should have a couple more opportunities to throw that in. Jinkyu taking a bit of a beating from Larl.
Yatoro's going to check out the stack situation.
Very aggressive.
And they're going to be able to take a little bit of this away from Xtreme. Top lane, Arme. Very low, but does have the point at the ready to pop into borrowed time if he gets gone upon any further.
So you've got Dawn ult up again with Coil also, and the global is not yet available. XG
Sure.
should be looking at something, but maybe they don't know yet because Miposhka's been fogging for a while. Maybe he's 6, maybe he's not 6. Because
I mean, where do you go for this play with the Dream Coil Solar Guardian? Like, what's your best angle?
you probably do it mid or bottom again.
Wallachia, Collapse is going to have him.
Mm-hmm. Because, well, okay, so now Global is up. It's not too easy for XG to do it, so you might even see XG go for like a smaller play. Maybe you give the life away of Jinkyu just to trade out the Global and kind of have like a 1-2 step punch where you get the Global first and then you go for your bigger play after.
We're going to have Arme move down to the bottom lane now. Wants to farm down here instead.
Yeah, I wonder how XG want to go about kind of the map split, because the even, like, staying like this doesn't really benefit you. Whoever goes against Pango top is kind of annoyed because you get Diffusal Bladed and Mana Burned. Ame can't really pressure the Void too much bottom. But if you go for a bigger play, there's Global, which means you either sit back and you farm yourself, or you look for some smaller plays, get this Global out of the game.
Definitely not quite finding as fast a pace as they might have hoped for here, XG.
Well, at least XM, he's enjoying himself, as we could see. He's got the Witchblade completed.
Gonna find route.
Should be a freebie.
Well, we're gonna see Larl jump over to help out.
We've got the Chrono
comes in, they've got the kill. And can they do anything more here? Globally putting a stop to the Solar Guardian. Yatoro looking for a potential Chrono opportunity.
Uh-oh, got the root on him.
He might find it here, yeah, dropping onto the puck. He needs a few bashes, though, to get the kill. There's the bashes. They come. I'll tell you what, they came through on the last 2 hits there, those bashes. He needed the double bash at the end, Yatoro. He gets it. They'll clean up Jinkyu as well. Again, these sort of attempts from XG, they're getting put to a stop. Sure, they killed the Ember, but we're already starting to see some of those complications. The Global Silence ruining the Solar Guardian. And Yatoro patient with the Chrono, and patient with the bashes, saving them for when they were most needed there to kill off that puck.
It looked like Lark could nearly get out, but I believe he got chained again because he was missing mana on the Void. So only because of those secondary chains coming in, he gets to do it. But let's see, XG should know that their cooldowns are a lot shorter than those of Spirit. You've got a whole minute.
They have to do it. They have to do it when there's no Global Silence.
Yeah, you've got a minute on the Global, you've got 2 minutes on the Chrono. So XG should be looking to respawn and pick up the pace once more. Looks like XM is doing just that in the bottom lane, helping Ame to take over the tier 1.
It's going to push XXS very close to having his Aghanims online. And Yatoro finds Paulus in there. So gets himself another one in the mid. So they get themselves another kill, another tower. Got the setup there with Larl of the Chains on that mid play to catch Paulison.
Well, at least the one nice thing when you are playing Dawnbreaker into Void, he doesn't really stop your game. So like you were saying, XXS having a very good time when it comes to... Oh, Mr. Collapsio.
See if they can kill him here with the two of them. With the Solar Guardian,
sure
certainly. They might have even had him anyway, so they'll punish Collapse for coming out a bit too far on that top lane.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good punish. And yeah, Global was down, so you might as well get out all the spells that you can.
Yeah, you can't afford to run the chance of some of these kills slipping away from you if you're XG. Got to make sure you secure them. Ame. All right, I mean, but that's pretty much just Lal and Rue. They forced to borrow time out of him, then chase him out and finish him off after. That's a painful death there on XG.
Yeah, and that is...
I mean, Ame, he's currently, you know, see, he's 2k behind the farmer Yatora. There's quite the difference.
Yeah, and he's 2k gold away still from his Radiance. So this net worth lead is going to like increase by quite a bit even until then.
And he's having a rough start here. And Yatora is chilling. Going very sensible with the build as well. Manta, BKB wants to have the two ways to protect himself next.
I mean, it does kind of make sense. I mean, you do have the global, so depend maybe in like the next 5-6 minutes, maybe he switches up his build if he has an even better game and he feels secure. But Manta BKB does look pretty chill.
Another catch here for Team Spirit. They also find Ame. Ame.
He doesn't have his ult still.
No, it's still cooldown.
And they have global.
He's dead. There's nobody coming to save him. This is, those back-to-back deaths, that hurts massively.
That's bad.
Ame is not getting the chance to farm. I mean, you're looking at XXS to sort of, you know, pick up the sort of the carry position and try and do as much as he can, but he's adorned with an Aghanims. You know, the Solar Guardian's great, but the carry potential ain't crazy. XM needs a lot of time as the puck. Yeah, Ame, it's going to be a tough one to recover.
Yeah, he needs to kind of have a better game. Like Dawnbreaker, sure, you have high net worth, but
it's all in on the Solar Guardian.
Yeah. Like you don't touch Face's Void as a Dawnbreaker, which means XM, he's done it many times before, but he needs to do some heavy cooking in this one.
Absolutely.
Because you can tell, like, they're hovering around this top area even earlier against Yatoro with the Puck and your Tusk, but there's just a backup global. So you can't really go on him.
Well, made the jump top. They'll find themselves a support goal. Maybe they even won't. Rue.
Oh.
He lives with the one charges. That was the lasso. Doesn't get them a kill.
I guess they made sure not to overcommit, but at the same time, you're also just letting him get away.
Lal's on the hunt here with a haste rune.
Yeah.
Can't really go for XM on his own. Unlikely to have quite enough control and damage. Start teasing around with him. Can continue to chase a little longer, but the haste rune will now come to an end.
It looks like for me that the best point of attack for XG would be around the bottom lane on this solo Pangolier that Collapse is playing. I mean, I like the wards that Spirit have on the map. You have like one in this bottom lane, you have one in the top lane just to help people out. Uh-oh, Ballison.
Oh, should be an easy one for Spirit. They've caught him in the trees. It's getting a little rough for XG. You know, it's short, they're only down 3k gold, but it's just the nature of their lineup, right?
Yep.
Being behind in this position, even the numbers aren't crazy, it doesn't feel great. You know, Ame's got a long road to recovery. It's 4 levels behind Jitoro.
They're looking. Global.
See if they can kill him. The global silence comes out. He's able to get the chrono off. He's going to have time. We're going to take. He's going to go for the TP out. He's away. The global and the chrono enough to save Yatoro as he's away from that attempt from Xtreme. Same time, the rest of his team on Spirit are pushing the tier 1 mid. They need these kills, and they're not getting them, Kezu.
And that was even, like, there was like 1 or 2 seconds between the global, because I think Miposhka and the boys were getting their own kill in the mid lane in the meantime. So even with that, you couldn't get that kill. Yatoro gets off the chrono, just barely gets out.
And next time it's going to be even tougher. You know, he's only a recipe away from having the Manta, and then he'll be very likely to play his way out of these situations himself. Is there going to be any help for Ame? It doesn't look like it, but he might be fine. Lal not going to be able to continue to chase for the kill. They didn't feel that they could go for it. And Ame, he's so close to the Radiance. Let's be careful with his curry there as well. It's nearly there.
It's good news at least that you're close to that. Rue. Walking forward, Jinkyu.
He's very dead.
Yep, eating some roots and his own punch to the face in the blade.
Paulson and XM, they'll get the catch.
That's good.
It's something.
They need those.
But they really need one of the cores.
So you've got Paulson with the Blink Dagger, and for them, it's going to be a lot about trading spells. Like maybe they should start the fight with the Blink Lasso and then hope that you get a global out of Spirit, and then later your Puckles and your Dongles.
Oh, here we go.
Coil.
Coil on 2. Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, Lal's now actually been able to jump them instead. It's not coming together for XG. Maybe they can punish Collapse after the Rolling Thunder.
He is quite deep.
He's got Swash. And it does have a shield crash in a second, but the stun's coming. He's able to shield crash down to the low ground. He's off with the TP.
No.
He's away. Uh-oh. And Lal, he's perfectly fine. He's got a shield broom. They can't touch him. Over in the river. You know, XM's got to run.
Okay, he's going to be okay.
They just can't catch a break here, XG. They just can't get these kills.
They're really not getting the kills that they would like. And this is now a Manta style completed as well onto Yatoro.
Yeah.
So it gets a little harder to catch him.
Radiant's finally online for Arme. As you can see, very much one of the slower ones we've had this tournament. He's had a rough start.
A 20-minute raid. If I see this on my carry in a pub, I'm not feeling too good.
Okay. You're not abandoning.
I'm definitely
Yeah,
not. I'm a good guy. I don't abandon. I won't ping. I'll try to make space for him. But 20-minute mark Radiance?
Yeah, those people, the people who ping the item and then the timer.
Yeah, ping
it's
into
like,
timer.
Yeah, okay, nice one, bro.
Yeah, you do ping item, timer into well played.
You can't. That's so rude when people do that. Don't do that, kids.
Yeah.
It's rude.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Oh, Paulson died in this exact spot. Oh, Jukin and Giant.
Oh, not even getting the first hit bash. Come on.
I like it.
Yeah, easy escape.
He got a bit lucky on the bashes earlier.
He
so,
did.
You know,
they said those 2 bashes that Yatoro got against XM were very nice. He saves the bashes for when they're needed. You know, who cares about a support kill? Yatoro doesn't.
He certainly does.
Oh, let's hit Tormentor here, Spirit.
That's a freebie.
Smoker from XG. Maybe this time they can get one of these core kills. They have to. They've got to find something good. BKB is online for XXS.
Well, let's see what they're going to go for here. As Miposhka gets the shard, so he's going to have Giga Brain territory in this game, of course, later on.
I mean, Miposhka, you know, that's nothing to write home about. Nothing crazy.
Nope. Breaks to smoke. In the meantime, everyone else got to back off. They did also drop a ward before they left around the ancient area. So they have a lot of info right now of what XG are doing, which is that they're lingering around the gate area.
It's all right. Having a very chill time this game. It's crushing it so far. 4-0-3. But of course, still continuing to maintain respect for the opponents, definitely with the item build. Mantra into the BKB. No funny business from him. And Lal. They can pretty much throw as many spells as they want on him. He doesn't care. It's very tanky right now on the Ember Spirit.
Paulson does barely get out. Gets himself the Shrine of Wisdom. I mean, let's see. So for now, XXS and XM still doing very well when it comes to the net worth. And I've got my eyes more on XM as the game progresses. We have seen many of the puck shows. Spirit are looking. Miposhka kind of baiting within the mid lane for now. Paulson is dead.
He's still low. Low HP out on the map. Easy grab for the 2 of them there.
Another shield rune. Come on, brother. Gaben be blessing him. It's already hard to kill them. Now you have to kill them through a global and a shield rune.
They're going to get themselves Roshan Spirit into the pit. And Xtreme not looking anywhere close to this. Who even needs the Aegis? Putting on what, Yatoro or Lal?
I'm pretty sure you just give it to Yatoro.
Yeah.
It's like a minute ago, I was already debating to say this could be another one of those games where Yatoro has 0 deaths, like yesterday on the Morph.
It's looking to be like that.
And this certainly doesn't make it any easier for Xtreme Gaming to put a stop to it. But they are smoked up in an area where they're hoping to find somebody. I don't know if this is the somebody they would like.
I don't think so, not with the Aegis on him. Yep, they'll show themselves and quickly run away.
Radiant's top tower.
Power. Oh,
no.
no. Blink into the bramble. That ain't it. They're going to try still with the Dream Coil, but the roll-up's there and the Rolling Thunder. Collapse is fine. And XG, they're in trouble once more. XM's trying to back up underneath the tier 2 tower. He should be okay, but Xingqiu, of course, left behind, goes down. And in fact, Collapse is continuing to dive. Solar Guardian's coming up with the globals there. No Solar Guardian for you.
No, Miposhka's just perma-holding. It doesn't really matter what else is going on. He just needs to wait until he hears the Solar Guardian. Boom, global.
Yep, every time.
Which means eventually XG kind of, they need to rethink how they play fights. You either A, you need your Dawnbreaker in the fight himself, like close by, or you need to jump Miposhka. Like you need to blink silence him so he gets to actually global on the sidelines. Because like this, these casual fights, they're not doing you any good on XG.
Yeah.
You actually you're just feeding IQ away to Miposhka. Which is definitely not what you want.
Yeah.
My bro's got plenty as is.
Yatoro, you know, at this point, he's like, well, you know what? We can hold off on the BKB, get that Mjolnir upgrade first, as he's got that out, ready to go.
Yep, not receiving any pressure. He's also got the Solar Crest to back him up. And like early on, it's like, okay, they don't have so much damage in the Chrono, but now he's got a lot of damage himself. You've got the Pango Ags. And you have some cheap follow-up, you know, some Bramble, some Arcane Curses, Sleight of Fist.
They pretty much kill anyone now with the Chrono. Ooh, XM. Indeed, this is a Chrono that's going to get a very easy kill. It's looking very smooth for Spirit. XG, what is the next timing that's going to make Spirit say, uh-oh? Because it's hard to see.
I mean, to me, it looks like that they want to open up the map. Like now, you do have Manta at least on Ame, so you try to split the map with your Puck, with your Manta Radiance, and like, look, okay.
I mean, that's Xingqiu gone. XXS did come in with the Solar Guardian. It's got the BKB, they'll get the lasso. Have they got the damage, though, to kill Lol? They do not. Lol's fine. And Collapse, he's going to continue diving in under the tier 2. Look at Apollison, kills him off with a swashbuckle. Xtreme, even with the usage of the ultimates, they're just not getting the kills.
Yeah, this is now a 7k deficit. I mean, if you're XG, they have to decide. If you either full commit on playing the map and then you go for the pickoffs, maybe with the bad lasso, or B, with it, every Dota game comes, you have to eventually fight the enemy and you need to come up with a good plan. I think the best plan is you bring XXS into the smoke, or you need to have XM jump Miposhka in silence. You lasso a core, you silence the silencer, so that XXS can actually play the game and Solar Guardian into the fight.
Xingqiu. Very difficult to get the setup onto Lol unless they have the ultimates.
Yeah, BKB imminent on Yatoro.
Yeah, absolutely cruising through this game.
Yep.
Having a wonderful time. Which is good to see. You know, I said it's finally, we're getting some new carries. A Void coming in.
Yeah, and he's having a free one.
He is absolutely having a completely free game. He is making this look very easy, Yatoro.
I will say that he is very, very nicely set up. Like, I personally feel like Spirit kind of got them in the draft a little bit.
Okay.
You're playing like this Dawn ult, and you're gonna... First of all, there's a global.
I mean, the silencer's destroying.
Yeah, silencer is destroying him. And even if global isn't available, you're gonna drop into Brambles, a Terrorize. Like, there's always counter spells from Spirit coming around, even the roll. So you've got lots of layers to kind of fight through here for Xtreme.
Yeah, I'm considering his item build. Did have Blade Mail queued up. He's now shifting it over to a Basher.
This is also one of the age-old power spikes off Void. Level 20, you get the attack speed in the Chronosphere.
That feels very good.
He's got that plus the BKB timing, which is also perfect for him. Aegis expires. It's kind of your pseudo BKB. By the time it's over, you've got your own. Let's see, XM. Can you put on a show on the puck here? He's gonna need to be a real big juicy boy on the puck.
And he's gonna need time. You know, puck does pop off, but needs a lot of items to be able to do so. Falling behind a little bit on the farm as well, XM. XG. They're going to try their luck down on the bottom lane.
They do have a good lane ward here.
And there's the jump. There's the global. Each and every time they're ready with that response. I mean, they literally just can't make a move, Kezi.
Yeah.
Spirit just have the answer every single time.
They're also so quick. And it's not just that they're like ready. I love that the way that they're playing the map. You have the silencer with the void up top, and they pushed in so far, they knew nobody is there. Well, so where are you? You're bottom making a move. They're already behind him. Immediate global.
Yeah.
Play's gone.
I mean, it really does feel like if XG want to sort of play this sort of lineup again, which they will, because there's nothing crazy about standard stuff, the silencer must have sort of shot up on the list of priorities. It's like, right, guys, we cannot play against a silencer because it's single-handedly just destroying any chance
Especially
of a comeback play.
With Dawn and Bat, Oh, XXS in trouble.
Yeah, they're
Chrono
Chrono
drop,
for that
crest.
one. Easy kill here.
Yep. The next kind of comeback that I can see for XG is that you get this blink on Ame. You
jump the void or what?
No, he has to go around and get on the supports. Like, you need to annoy the silencer, you need to avoid kind of go on the Willow. I don't see Yotoro dying anymore from full to zero. Even if you lasso him without the global, you're not killing him. Which means you need to create chaos, you need to kill the subs and go on the Pangolier. Kill the subs and the Pango. Take out the team fight around Yotoro. Oh, Paulson. Looking but cannot find.
And I like this from Yotoro as well. Aghanims into, there it is, the Silver Edge. That's the game over item. Use Chrono, break the Abaddon, pop the global, the carry's dead. What are you going to do to save him? He said maybe, are they getting any sort of itemization online that's going to help against that play?
Not yet, because...
they're just not going to have the means to save it. So it's just that simple of a play. Yotoro knows. If the game even ends up going that far, once the Silver Edge is online, the game's just over for Ame.
Yeah, we're going to have to... The moment that XG kind of see and think about the play, only then can they really think about, okay, we need a Lotus Orb. But to me, that's also why I like the blink from Ame, because no defensiveness is going to help him. He has to be aggressive, try to create chaos himself, and, you know, kind of hope to make it happen. As they're waiting for the Torment time. Should be soon. I don't know if they timed it. Teams kind of got on the track of timing the Tormentor. I'm sure Spirit should be doing just the same. It seems like somebody did the map. Never mind. They only wasted like 10 to 20 seconds. Good old shard for Mr. Rue. Got some more brambles around the map, around the curse.
Flock Dream for collapse. Lars going to look towards the Hex next.
I mean, they've also been having very, very good games on the other cores.
And here we go. Another smoke. Maybe this time. They have to find the silencer. Because if they find anything that's worth saving, Naposhka will be pressing the global.
Well, at least the thing is, if you find the Pango, you can kill him through global, I believe. Let's see.
Have a look.
Hit him.
See if they can. The bashes are there. It's not enough. Collapse is fine, and now the turnaround comes in. Solar Guardian now comes through, but the Chronos there, onto the three of them. Shinkyu dead. Ame has to borrow time to protect himself, but XX is getting bashed up through the BKB. Will try and pull himself to safety, but Yotoro chases him down, gets the double. Ame, he'll not get out even. They've got the Yule Scepter to put a stop to his escape. It just feels impossible for them, Kezu. What do they do?
I don't know.
What do you do in this sort of situation? How do you do anything?
To be fair, I believe Collapse should have been dead. Someone messed up.
We'll check the replay.
Someone didn't.
You think they could have had him?
Yeah, someone didn't deal enough damage, someone didn't commit, and on top of that, he had a Lotus. Either way, even if you kill him, you probably die after, because, I mean, what's going to change?
Oh, and another one. It's all right.
Yeah, so...
Got the Ags online, and Ags feels pretty fantastic this game, especially when you're committing in onto some of these heroes with blinks and such. You just get that instant sort of damage onto them. Could they have killed him here? I don't know if they could. Could they have?
I feel like people could have met him a bit more, but either way, who cares?
Yeah.
Because even if you kill him, then this happens, and you're still all dead.
You're getting cleaned up.
So maybe I'm just coping a bit too hard for what XG can or could actually do. Because it's kind of the Team Spirit show.
It really is.
You have 0 deaths on the Faceless Void, you have 1 death on the Ember Spirit, and you have 1 death on the Pango.
Yep, they'll be getting a report for that from Yotoro. It's like, guys, stop feeding.
Like, come on.
Come on. You should be not dying at all, like me.
Well, Ame's buying a butterfly, which sure, it helps you against the void, but living isn't gonna make them beat Spirit. You need to kill them. But how do you kill them?
How do you? I mean, they're trying. You know, you got to give them credit. They are.
Sure.
They are trying to kill Spirit. They're just not able to.
Rough times. Rough times. As now you're playing into the Aegis. In 1 minute, it's gonna be nighttime. You've got some siege waves. If you're Spirit, you can drop the banner. You can threaten one of the lanes.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, Ame didn't go for the blink. Yeah, I hate that. I really like the blink that he had queued up. See, maybe that's how the guy could have died last fight. You blink on top of him instead of running in with your Eagle Song. But either way, 16k lead for Spirit. Hitting the enemy base. What is your answer? Who's home?
He's in.
Who's home and who's dead?
He's having to make the jump straight away. Gets the chrono set him on towards XXS. Can XXS get out of this one? No, he's getting fully controlled. Get the BKB off. Maybe he can live.
No,
No, Collapse chases him down. Gets the kill. He's not got any buyback either, XXS. The supports to drop as well on XG. Ame tries to front the fight here, but has to begin backing off. Jinkyu will come in with the buyback. Yatoro is ready to keep the dive going. As he's ready to play aggressive, of course, has the Aegis still and the BKB ready to press Yatoro. It's the two support buybacks coming in. Spirit, they'll back off for now.
Let's see. I mean, if they can just heal up a little bit, then they can just go straight again.
Oh yeah, they're ready to keep going if they want to.
XXS still dead for 40 seconds. Sure, there's no chrono, but the roll is up in 15 again if Collapse wants to make his way back over later. 25 talent on Yatoro.
Has nearly got the butterfly. And Yatoro switching through his options. Actually switching up, looking for the Satanic instead. Just wants to be able to make sure that if they do jump him, it's going to be very hard to burst through the void.
Yeah, this is bad news. Once he gets a Satanic, of course he can heal to full. And they can just go for the same play. You can drop the banner, you have a chrono again in 50. And this is all that XG can and should be talking about right now. How do you defend when Spirit come to your high ground? As Yatoro gets himself the good old OD staff. Can maybe dodge some stuff. He's also got the Crude with the minus base attack time. Very good for Phases Void. Satanic at the ready and full HP.
Oh, they're going to try and jump him. The lasso into the punch, but it's only going to take it down to half HP. Yatoro's perfectly fine. That's Policy gone for 75. Jinkyu dead as well. Without buyback, they do manage to kill off Lal. A big kill, but can they get anything more here, Xtreme? Because they've got to still deal with Yatoro. Yatoro still with the Aegis and a BKB ready to go. Jumps in with the Time Warp, forces out the borrowed time from Ame. As the push continues here from Spirit. Ready to heal up as well.
Full HP.
Easy play there with the Satanic and the Aghanim's jump. Fortification comes out. I mean, XG, they finally got a big kill there.
They did.
But it might be a little too late.
They did have to pay the price.
Killed Lal.
Yep, they got him. Doubled his amounts of deaths in this game on the Ember from 1 to 2.
Yep, that's another report from Yatoro.
Yep.
Like, Lal, stop feeding. That's all right. There it is. Chrono's in, catches the two of them. The big targets as well. Gets XM, gets Ame. The bash is coming in. Turns his attention over towards XXS. He's out. I think they might be running out of steam now, XG.
I think so.
I don't know how much more they want to play through with this one.
I mean, you got to start thinking about Game 2. I don't know which new plan you can come up with now that you haven't thought about in the last 30 minutes in this game.
Because this one, it did look relatively easy for Spirit, this one, Kazu.
This looked very easy. Like, as in very little pressure.
Yep.
1 death on the Pango, 0. It's not that Yatoro just has 0 deaths. I feel like he hasn't really been touched this entire game, like, let alone even be put under half his HP.
Yeah, I think, you know, if you'd ask Yatoro, this is the kind of game that he likes to wake up to in the morning. A very chill game, gets to play some Void, hit some creeps, get some cool chronos, carry the game.
Yeah, nice start to the game.
He's loving life right now, Yatoro.
Just manning up for now. 20 seconds on the Aegis. Does he want to Satanic to heal full? Do we just wait out the Aegis and then go more? Jinkyu, dead.
XG. Looks like they'll hang on to try one more fight here with the 5 of them once they're all back up. And if they do get one of these kills, if they kill Yatoro, they're going to get a lot of money.
I mean, so this is about the time where you need to think about which core can you clutch out of the game. The problem for XG, I don't see any play where Yatoro dies from full to 0. I do not see it. Which means they have to execute it on someone else or show me something that I haven't put in the equation.
Their best luck, best sort of effort is going to be if Yatoro goes for some like time walk into the fountain and then gets lassoed.
Yep. So let's bait him into the fountain.
They got to bait him into some sort of fountain diving. Which it can be tempting, you know, when you're on a void, the fountain is pretty tempting to dive.
Yep, you've got the satanic, you've got the backtrack, of course,
exactly.
also.
You're jumping in and out. It can happen. So they've got to hope that Yatoro goes for a little bit of fountain diving.
It is true. He's got the outworld staff, so he could dodge it and then time walk. So we need the layering of stuns, and we need it nicely, as we have the Titanic D's neutrals on Larl. Very nice for the Ember, of course. Some more status resistance as well against the Coil. We've got a Bloodthorny Dorny also on Yatoro. I mean, nobody is living. You die within 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, the damage output from the Void's insane.
Manta.
With this amount of attack speed.
Bloodthorn Chrono, ain't no way. As how's Miposhka doing? He's got a Vlad's, he's got a Glimmer, he's got a Solar. I feel like we've seen a little bit of a resurgence when it comes to Vlad's, or even both Vlad's and Solar together, at least in some of these mid to late games. When your carry's having a good time, you popping up with these items. It's gonna feel even better.
Let's see. Will Xtreme get the fountain diving void that they're hoping for?
Oh, we've got the blink on Ame. He got the memo. Might be a bit late, but we do have it. Yatoro. He is here, and Xtreme do not know. They lack critical information. Refresher on collapse. Oh my god.
The fastest one we've had.
GL Xtreme. GL. Let's see what they can start cooking up.
So what's the next big items that XG themselves are close to?
I see it. XM, he's got the vision, and I see it too. 4 rapiers.
All right. I mean, he has the beginning of that sort of potential to carry as the puck with the axe and the Parasma sorted. So if you can find a rapier,
he's got the
there
axe.
might be a little bit of hope.
Yep.
I don't know how much. What's the probability right now? Are they getting a 2%? Or are we down at a 1?
I would put it on between 1 and 3%.
Okay. Sounds a bit generous, but we'll see. Maybe XM, if he can get a rapier.
I think it's between 1 and 3. Oh, XXS.
Yeah, they'll chrono this.
Pew, pew, pew.
Oh,
aggressive
XM.
fuels. Very nice.
Is it enough to save XXS? Oh, the bash is there straight away. XXS is dead. XG, they've got to get the rest of them out of here. They might not get the chance to. They get the lasso, but it doesn't matter. Global's out. As XXS dead, that's going to be Xingqiu following him as well. We'll find the puck in the trees there, but Yatoro actually jumping back out, so XM's going to be able to stay hidden. Ame's trying to chase down Miposhka. Yatoro, he's here to help out, though. Trying to hold back Leobarden from chasing down the silencer as the borrowed timeout. Ame really wants the silencer dead. He's not going to get it.
He's trying.
And he's likely to end up dead himself. Well, maybe with this blink he can escape. Ooh, TP as well outside the other side of the tree. Ame will live. But 3 other members of his team, of course, dead.
Yep, 70-30, 97-3.
3%.
Yep. It's going down.
Dream Coil.
XM, buyback.
Have they got the damage though? Ame's got to be careful. Does not have borrowed time. Yatoro makes the jump in on top of him. Ame's gone.
They got Lar.
He does have buyback here, Ame. XXS getting absolutely bashed to bits here by Yatoro. There's a dieback on the Dawnbreaker. XM.
They cannot touch Yatoro's Void, Owen. They just can't. From start to finish, it's a good pick. And also the lane swap, again, I have to go back to it. Every single setup they've done to get Yatoro to where he is now. It's all build up for this moment. 16-0, full slotted, Mega Creeps at the ready.
I mean, I thought they might have been able to challenge him a little bit more, but they
thought
just
so
haven't.
too. Oh!
He's got borrowed time here, Ame. But can he actually get away from them? Jump in from Lal over the back lines. He's straight on a Xingqiu. The fear comes in. Ame's gone. dead for 2 minutes. This game, it's over. GG's called. Spirit take game 1 with a good old faceless Void.
Yeah.
And the good news is, after a performance like that, I think Yatoro might want to play it again this tournament.
Oh, he will.
He
Maybe you bait him into it, but this is why playoffs are so different. You have time to prepare, you know what's coming up. Everyone's playing Dawnbreaker. Everyone and their...
So game number 2, you seem to have like a lot of team fight. You know, are you expecting like, you know, these big sort of combos to come out, you know, the Requiems and the songs and all that sort of stuff, you know? Are you expecting big team fights in these games?
I hope we will be good at game, not only with team fights. Hope we will do good at lane stage, and then...
All right, and then finally, what did you think of the last pick, Ancient Apparition? Do you think it kind of answered some things in your draft?
It's good against Troll, because he can heal with ulti, but I don't think it's really good pick with me if I play Sniper with 2 suppers, Ancient Apparition and Jack-Hero. It's not the best for me. I don't like it.
All right, we'll see how it works out. Silent, thank you very, very much. Good luck at game number 2. We'll send it over to our casters of OD Pixel and Kezu.
Thank you very much there, Nomad and Silent. Yeah, here we go, getting into the action. LOL! The number strap coming in down onto him. He will be fine. Only just. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 2 between XG and Spirit. And yeah, interesting points there from Silent. Would you sort of agree with him, you know, when it comes to this last pick, AA?
I do.
Is this maybe XG being a bit too tunnel vision on what to pick to counter the troll?
It's one of the things I love about Dota, that you don't need to answer like the winning condition with your carry. Sometimes you can do it with a support, like here with the AA. And yeah, it does answer the troll, but it does leave a lot of flaws in your draft. It means that Ame on the carry Tiny is the only real initiator you have. It also means you don't have like any playmaking supports or something else with Xtreme Gaming, right? Like in your lineup. You would have had a Tiny 4 who can play around the Sniper. Now it's an AA Jakiro. So, you know, you win some, you lose some.
Sure. And I guess sort of also supports that aren't really going to be able to save the Sniper outside of their items, right? It's going to be difficult maybe to keep XM alive.
Which
if he gets gone on.
Yeah, it's ever so important that they really get their own game going. Like XM on his own needs to have a good game. As AA, you need to like get some stacks going for XXS, help him build up the tankiness. And Ame, maybe pivot your build. An earlier Blink Dagger, potentially on the Tiny. Because otherwise you're mid-game. What do you play around? Maybe you just play around the auras and you hope that gets you through. But I want to see Ame get aggressive. Last game on the Abaddon didn't look too hot. Was kind of passive this time around. I'm hoping for something else.
And even though this AA, of course, did come in at the end of the draft, you know, for Spirit's side of things, looking at the troll pick for Yatoro, feels like a pretty good game outside of getting ice blasted.
I would say, yeah, it's a good troll. You have a very good carry matchup against the Tiny. Of course, the AA Blast can maybe swing it, but you've got Empower. You've got the Song to like kind of bail you out. So, yeah, I think Spirit should be happy. Paulson taking a blunt
from here with the aggressive skewer. That'll do it. First blood for Collapse. Ame, can he get Collapse in return? Picks up a tree. Same time, LOL.
He killed XM.
Oh my god, how did that happen?
Neutral.
Well, bottom lane Ame will be able to get the kill onto Collapse in return, but that's an SF solo killing the Sniper. Must have been out of position or try to go too aggressive with Shrapnel.
This is not normal. Sniper is a counter to SF in like nearly every way possible, especially in the early to mid game. So Mr. XM maybe feeling the pressure. Maybe
I mean, that's a rare mistake right now. XM on the Sniper, this is one of his best. But yeah, dying solo to the SF.
Of course, we didn't see that. You know, maybe Larl, I don't know what he whipped out, but must have been something cool.
Bottom. Collapse getting the angle there with the shockwave skewer. Ame able to keep Paulson covered there with the avalanche.
This is not something we've seen too often, but it's now 2 games in a row where Spirit, well, this time they didn't swap their players in terms of lanes, but they swapped the heroes again. Like having Naga in the off lane is super good. You don't want to play Naga safe lane against Darkseer. You don't do jack shit. Instead, you have your roster here now. Roster and Troll together, it's a very strong lane against a Darkseer.
And all in all, just the fact that, you know, they don't have a silencer, but having the Naga Siren, right, it's still going to be that hero that can put a stop to the plays, right?
And you've got it, not just, like, it's not just some casual Naga Siren. You've got Requiem, you have RP, you can set things up, you can put the Sniper out of position. So a very nice way for them to have drafted around the first pick Naga.
Collapse. We'll be alright here. Not quite enough damage yet between the two of them, Ame and Paulson, to take a Magnus down yet. I'll sing that on the CS.
Yep.
Oh,
And the console.
well.
Careful with the cheating here, my observer. But they are not enabled. To be fair, whenever I see Spirit play against Tiny, I just have a bad feeling for the Tiny. Like, it just brings me back to like some TIs ago, you know, where people tried the good old Tiny like and make some stuff happen. And this time around, it is not an easy carry Tiny game.
Oh, and talking about not being easy for the Tiny, that's Arme's courier. Had the boots and the belt strength form.
That's his full treads.
Yep.
He already has the gloves, so that's very nice for Spirit. Collapse is going to be able to chill a bit more. Rue will be happy with that. Rue taking a beating.
Wants to grab this creep wave.
We are pinging for XM to run over, which means he's forced to TP away. Very wise choice by Rue.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
XXS backing off into the jungle. Oh, see bottom. Collapse able to get away with the skewer there before the avalanche comes in.
Should be alright, especially with Rue, who delayed the creeps earlier on. Also, one thing at least that I like what Xtreme are doing this time around, one of the strengths of AA4 is that you can stack a lot. Darkseer, of course, he loves stacks, so he's already farming that. It means that Jinkyu is getting a lot of experience. Should have a earlier level 6 than usual this time around on the AA.
And not able to put much pressure though onto Yatoro. He's chilling up top.
0 as it stands. Got the Battle Fury, Sanjin Yasha, and 18 more items queued up on Yatoro.
Nice success. Does get the setup here. Maposhka will be very dead. XM swings across to get involved. Tries to take the kill, but XXS will get it himself.
That is the Vanguard complete, which means XXS, he should be kind of chilling up in the top lane now. Like, Troll isn't the highest damage hero, which means Vanguard pretty much keeps you fully safe.
Trying to make another attempt onto Collapse. He's going to get the very nice Shockwave skewer set up onto Arme. They'll all win in with the TP. The Razors will do the job. They get the pullback. They'll get the both of them. Collapse will live. And, yeah.
Collapse Magnus, ladies and gentlemen.
Lau gets set up for a lovely little couple of kills to be involved in there off the back of that TP.
Yeah, they've got multiple nice combos in their draft. You've got the RP skewer into Requiem. You have 2 repositioning tools with the skewer and the reel-in. Well, nicely done there as Ame with quite a big overplay. Jinkyu going for some stacking. This is good stuff from Xtreme. Of course, Sniper, one of the best heroes when it comes to taking the enemy tier 1 tower, as you just outrange it.
And Lal trying to get the entrance here as Miposhia comes in with the setup. Lal steps up with the raises. Yatoro's turned up as well for this one. The Requiem clipping onto XM. Yatoro can move forward, taken down under the tower. The aggression here from Team Spirit working out very, very nicely as both cores, you know, whether it's Lal or Yatoro, they know when to turn up.
That's a really nice move. Most other teams, it's very likely they just give up this tower. They're like, oh, you know, it's a sniper. He's high level. He can outrange the tower, but not for Spirit.
8-minute power rune coming in. Spirit with the superior setup here around the river.
They are bringing over Ame. He wants to help on this rune. He's on the bottom side. Won't be getting too much, but it kind of goes to show you this dual support from Xtreme feels a little bit awkward. They're gonna need some levels, and they'll be back on the menu.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower.
Probably will lose the tower this time around.
What did you expect?
Oh,
Easy denied for Root.
guys, come on.
Being denied.
3v1, and you let a little Naga support, one of the lowest damage heroes at this point, deny the tower. Well, Rue, nicely done, giving his team some bonus gold. We've got a Smokerino, Alcomino into the top lane. Did get scanned out. May have smoked under a ward in the mid lane. I'm old, I didn't pay attention.
Spirit. I do seem like they're playing careful in the trees. Yatoro. He's actually just going to lead in on them.
Well, he's got a skill point.
He's ready to fight. The wall's going to get dropped down upon him. I mean, can XG
XM?
get kills out of this? It's getting a little
Uber out of
awkward for Xtreme. Collapse is ready at the side as well to look for an RP. Gets it in onto the AA, skewers him back over. I mean,
Why?
it's sort of similar vibes to the plays that they were going for last game, Kezu. They don't go well.
I mean, you're running.
Yeah.
This is 3 range heroes with 2 subs that can't defend themselves. You can only win this fight if your Darkseer's in front with his Vanguard, he tanks some spells, and XM gets to peep away. But Spirit are not gonna let you do that. They just run in your Toro, he just beelines, presses R, and the fight's over. Like, what's he afraid of? Jinkyu's over 4. And look at XM. Gets netted, reeled in. And he's Giga out of position now.
Yeah, that's, you know, that's not sort of the trip you want to be making as a sniper. Back in action, they will get collapsed down bottom. But yeah, overall, these sort of team plays, they're probably going to calm things down a bit, at least let XM do a little bit of farming. He's not going to want to play his game like where he's behind as the sniper.
Yeah, they need to just allow him to play on range, like a good old-fashioned sniper game. Play around the subs, give them their level 6s, and get Ame towards his first 1 or 2 items. Because once they have their spells on their supports, they are very strong.
It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's not like they need to feel like, oh, we need to like go team wipe them in the next 5 minutes. You really don't. They have a good draft. They will have good timing, so they can chill a bit.
Yeah. But you can obviously tell as well, you know, Spirit, they knew how rough of a move that was from XG.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you had like your Toro, as soon as he sees these 3 heroes, he's like,
knows.
I'm just going to run at you.
Yeah,
It's like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, it's also
Like your Toro just literally walks into them because he's like, well, you're not going to kill me.
it's also like, you know, they pick as a little Ice Blast, gonna deal some damage. Wall coming out. Might just get a freebie. Let's look if Maposhka can walk it off. He cannot. It's an ATOS completed on XXS.
Okay.
Let's see. It definitely means that he wants to, of course, play aggressive, set people up for his support spells.
Bottom, they'll get the setup on a Polison. Couple of raises coming in. And Arme throw an avalanche, but not going to clip onto any of Spirit. They get the kill. Another one for Lal.
I will say, I like this ATOS quite a lot because his supports don't really have anyone to play through, right? Like, it's carry Tiny, it's mid sniper. This way, you're basically like the frontliner with a little bit of catch with the ATOS. You can set up your Jakiro spells, the Ice Blast. So I like this pivot quite a lot from XXS.
Looking towards your Toro. So, yeah, still not really in a position where they can try. Maybe here with the ATOS. That's the setup. Into the Ice Blast. Your Toro. He'll get the ult off, but indeed as that ult wears off, the blast is still going to be there, and he will fall. So good first play there with that ATOS reveal from XXS.
Yep, beautiful. And this is... Small things like this matter a lot. This changes the entire state of the game. I'm pretty sure now when your Toro dies, he's like, what the hell? This guy's got an ATOS? Because without that one, there's no kill. So XXS, some big brain stuff.
Giving time for the game to sort of stabilize overall. The core farm for XG not looking too bad now. Everybody's keeping on level. XM also starting to catch back up.
We'll also be able to build the ATOS into the Glip-Glop Flip-Flop, of course, which gives the AoE bonus. I've been missing this item. And this also goes to show, like, net worth can always make up for anything you lack in the draft. If you have enough gold, you can itemize whatever you need. Don't have stuns, you can build a Hex. Don't have catch, you can get the ATOS. And we've got the Blink queued up by Ame. I like this choice. I hope that he does not back away from this one.
Smoke coming in from both teams here. Ultimates at the ready. XG making the move down towards the bottom. I'll see if they're able to continue to smoke up into the high ground to potentially find your Toro. Spirit, they won't catch anyone themselves here. XG in a general direction of your Toro. I'll see him now on the mid. See if they can get this in time with the last few seconds of the smoke.
He has to walk left. Uh-oh, if he goes for this wave.
XXS is going to have the setup. Oh, he's going to go for it now. Your Toro, can they get the catch? Oh, get the Atos. TPs are coming in, but Atos into the blast. It should be enough. He'll get the ult off, but again, will be dead after. So they're, again, just using this Atos into blast setup very nicely.
No, it's beautiful. And if now people are watching this game and tell me that the items don't matter, they absolutely do. This literal small itemization change gave them 2 kills on Yatoro. Absolutely beautiful from XXS.
Yeah,
Even with the blink next, I would like it. You get a double blink, you get in there, you've got Amin with the blink, yourself, you're tanky. This is good stuff. Absolutely changing the game here for Xtreme Gaming. Might have to be careful though. We'll walk it off.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tough one to take down. They need a good position on the Requiem really from Lal to have a chance.
Yeah, they need a Hex into Shackle, into the full Requiem.
Collapses here as well. Ready with the blink RP.
Yatoro likely saying that he needs a bit of backup, like Ru is going to have to try and break some of the smokes, or if he sees the Atos flying out, go for the immediate song to try and bail Yatoro out.
Oh, they'll go straight for XXS. Ooh, a little awkward, but it's enough.
Good
It
enough.
works out. They get the kill. Blast does connect onto the 2 of them. They get the Ice Path Macropire down on him at Boschia. A Spirit, all in all, they get the kill, they get out.
Very good. They do kill a core, and they're still lingering. And of course, it is a kill, but it's also space for Yatoro. It gives him a lot of information. He knows that he's at least safe for now. And this pesky Darkseer with the Atos is at least out of the game for a little bit.
Yeah, as long as he's off the map. Spirit as a whole will be feeling pretty safe against any potential play.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
That's the blink for Arme.
He's having a good time. Echo, Shard, Blink. I would say that this is perfect itemization this game from him. Would definitely not mind seeing them like continue to pace it up. Get the Blink on XXS. You have multiple people that can go in.
Was this a good
Nice
blast?
blast. Full vision onto Collapse.
Oh. He's going to be out though. Boschka, not as fortunate.
Yeah, XG doing very good things. Let's see down bottom. Don't think Yatoro will want to stay too aggressive within this bottom lane, but let's have a look, because he will have to be very careful. Good scan and wisely backs off.
XG not afraid to fight. And at least this time in this game, they can absolutely get the kills. Something that they struggled to actually finish in that first game. Much better hope here for them this time round. This sort of beginning.
See, they might want to look for a smoke to go aggressive, absolutely so. Blink on XXS is available, but of course, they somehow have to get through Ru. With the song available and him breaking the smoke, could be harder now to kill Yatoro. I do like this play from XG, because you're not just hunting the troll, you're also helping XM in the mid lane at the moment.
I could just go from a Poshka here. Won't get the connection though this time, so won't find him, but they won't be too fussed about that. And ideally, they want to try and find these big core kills.
I mean, they are respecting Spirit. They didn't see Collapse on the map, so didn't want to overplay into an RP skewer combination.
Oh, they might find someone up here though.
They have TPs. Yatoro, does he read this one?
XXS, he's found Yatoro.
Tower is under attack.
Yatoro trying to juke around the edge of the vision, but they get the setup. Atos and the assassinate. Ice Blast, it's going to come in now. It's off the mark. It's going to go for the TP out. They got anything left to stop it? They don't, so he'll make it out of there. Meanwhile, other side of the map, Lar gets the kill. They get the Hex and Requiem and the pullback here on towards Arme. Spirit, they get the double down bottom.
Sometimes I don't know how they do it. Like, how does Yatoro live and simultaneously they kill them in the bottom lane? Thought Yatoro was gonna die up top, but I guess it wasn't quite enough. Spirit just making their own move. Going for a quick smoke up top. Requiem not available, but they don't really care.
Yeah, as long as they can get sort of the jump in from Collapse.
Yeah, they've still got the RP. They've got all the raises to follow it up.
Well, XXS will get quite the nice courier snipe there. That would have been Lyle's BKB. So Lyle's BKB on the sidelines for an additional 2 minutes. Off that courier snipe from XXS. Here they come.
Oh, this would be a big catch.
They're going to get him. Collapse, no hesitation. RP's dropped straight away onto him. They need a bit more damage, though. And in fact, the damage is coming a bit slow. XXS still alive. Still alive. He's actually going to decide to run away. He lives. I mean, did they not have anything else to throw down on him? I guess they didn't.
They missed at least one raise on Laurel, from what I could tell.
They needed that to hit.
Yep.
XXS lives.
Well, that was huge. I mean, even when the Ice Blast came out, I was like, uh-oh. But they did get the Shackles out before getting a huge Vacuum Ice Blast combo. I mean, XXS for now, he has been popping in this game.
He certainly has. He's been the sort of driving force here for XG so far.
Yeah, like you
this
said,
game too.
with the Courier Snipe.
I'm going to see this again. They couldn't finish him.
RP Skewer.
There's 4 heroes here.
Oh, he missed 2 raises. Oh, Mr. Laurel gonna have to talk to Silent about that one.
Uh-oh. Yeah,
Was dead.
If those 2 raises hit, maybe even just one of them had hit, that would have been a kill. 100%. I mean, look at his health now. He would have been dead. So yeah, a little bit of a whiff there.
May definitely came in clutch with his blink. And they're forcing Roche.
Yeah, straight in they go. There's no RP.
And
There is a song, there is a Requiem.
There's no BKB though on Laurel, so that matters.
So I think Spirit will still want to try and interrupt this, and XG will respect the fact that the song's up.
I do like that XG are looking for something aggressive. They are only, I mean, they are 3,000 gold down, but I feel like they're stronger when it comes to straight up fighting. Yatoro will have to use the ultimate. I would have been too sad if there was an Ice Blast.
I was going to say, yeah, but on cooldown. So Yatoro will be able to get that shard secured from Maposhka. Now, both teams drifting away from the Roshan. I guess both at the moment with everybody up feel it's quite risky for either side to go in for the Roche.
See what XG are looking for. Maybe looking to back off a little bit until you get the BKB on Ame.
Yeah.
And also the Glipson Globson on XXS. Needs 100 gold for the point booster.
And with the courier respawning, Lyle's going to hit that double timing now. The BKB is going to be on its way out, as well as the Blink Dagger. And very close to having level 18 on SF.
That's a big timing that Spirit kind of got to farm, I would say, like over the last 2 minutes to finish up at least 2 of the BKBs. And Yatoro is halfway to his. If you're Xtreme Gaming, you would definitely like to kind of squeeze in 1 or 2 more plays, maybe force the Roche after your next smoke.
There we go. They want to go for the big reveal here with this Gleitner.
Dire's top tower.
But as you say, the BKBs will definitely put a bit of an issue on how much the Darkseer can do. Trying for the catch here. Find himself a Poshka. It's the blast juice for that kill, though. And, yeah, well, Vacuum having to be dropped as well to ensure that they do get it. So they'll get the kill, but having to use a few cooldowns for that one.
So let's see, Spirit still want to hold the area. If something breaks out, they've got the buyback on Maposhka. Okay, Ame, he's got the BKB. So everybody in this game is ready to fight.
They're going to get into the pit here. Of course, feeling...
Well, they have Song to bail them out. XG,
Yep.
Are you not looking to fight this one?
I guess they've scanned it. They're just going to walk away and let it happen. So, an easy roast there for Spirit. Aegis on Yatoro. We'll see Ame try and make the jump here onto Lyle. Lyle's able to get the BKB off. Requiem to the ready, but Ame will respond with his own BKB. Has to back off with that, though. Trying to get the jump in. That's got the song. Root. Able to make sure that Yatoro and Collapse can back away safely. And Spirit's happy with that. They get a finish off the Roshan, get the Aegis, and they get everybody out.
Oh, that's such a crucial timing too. You've got the AA Blast against the Troll. So sure, now you have a counterplay for that, but not just that. Now he has the Aegis to make sure to complete the BKB, and then Spirit can go fight with their triple BKB timing. Xtreme shouldn't be too happy about that. Also use your fresh BKB on Ame. Didn't really give them too much.
Yeah, just all worked out very well for Spirit, really. I feel like after XG just dropped so much to kill Maposhka on the Shaman before that Roche. Obviously gave Spirit the freedom to head in, and no, there was no threat of something like the Ice Blast coming in onto Yatora.
Let's see what XG want to go for next. I wonder also if later on Jinkyu wants to maybe go for a Aghanim Shard. Because if they go for a play, let's say they find someone and there's a song coming out and they do some song TP, of course Jinkyu could still like globally cancel the TP with the Shard. But for now they might have bigger plans on their menu, because they are starting to fall behind on XG here. 4,000 net worth.
Yatora ready to hit the tower. Team behind him. Collapse and Rue ready, and you've got the smoke coming in from the side as well, from this top lane from Spirit. Miposhka and Lal, they're going to be llooking for the wraparound. Armin's going to get the jump back and the toss back. They'll be able to kill him the once. Now, can they deal with him a second time? Lal and Miposhka on position on the high ground. Miposhka in with the Hex. They've got the Requiem follow-up straight in on top of XXS. Stu into the RP. Arme's going to try and fight back with the BKB, but Yatora pops the ult and the BKB himself. I mean, coming in from that angle, they just were not ready for that XG.
I mean, they just got you. Like, when they make this move, that's just... You've got the attention on the front line with Yatoro. He eats all the spells. They go around and they find the best target. XXS has kind of been the man of the match for Xtreme, and he doesn't get to do anything. He just gets comboed.
Yeah, Miposhka and Lal straight on top of him.
And then very nice. Collapse helps them to get the kill, and then he skewers him into the rest. We'll see it here one more time.
Because of this, you know, at the start, it's like, yeah, they can kill the troll very easily the once, but now it's like, now what? If you're XG, what's the next position that you're looking to try and play from? Miposhka with the Hex, Requiem off to the top of the screen, as you saw there, blowing up the Darkseer, and Collapse swinging across, making sure they can turn it into a little bit more, as the supports don't stand much chance at all, and neither does Arme at this point. He's tried to commit into the fight, but underneath the troll, it's ready with BKB and ult. You can't fight this troll.
Like, for XG, they need to get Yatoro out of the fight. Otherwise, Arme, he will always lose out in the fight later on, which was also why this Aegis was so crucial. Because it means when you throw this first round of Ice
It does feel like they could have had a better chance of stopping them from getting that Aegis, and XG didn't go for it.
So let's see, because you're... Like, it's not just a Yatoro problem anymore. You're getting big items. Laurel getting close to the Ags. You've got Collapse scaling. You've got a Blink on Rue.
It's a lot of issues. XG, it looked like they were going to have a better shot this game, but those last few moves have set them quite far behind here again in game 2.
XG shouldn't feel like that it's like super giga hard, or in terms of, I don't want them to fall back and be passive. If they make a move and they find Yatoro on the map, he dies from full to 0. If Ame is there and there's an Ice Blast to follow it up, even through a song, I believe Yatoro will bleed out.
Paulison getting a little cheeky there, poking on to the tier 2.
He's dead.
Gonna cost him his life. More money for Yatora.
Looks like he's going for the butterfly, just to make it even easier against both the sniper and the tiny.
And Lal, he's chilling down bottom on his own. Doesn't feel that they have any chance of catching him. So more than happy to farm, split from the rest of the team. Arme's going to try and get the Daedalus online, so that he's at least got that additional level of physical burst to give them that shot of bursting whoever they do get the jump on. Maybe they could try to jump Lal. He is pushing forward pretty aggressively here.
Canceling his Blink Dagger.
There's the jump. Arme in with the opening. Lal, they'll get the BKB off. Try for the Requiem, but they'll get the kill in time. Lal, maybe pushing it a little too far in that bottom lane.
Yeah, definitely. As XG with a good strike back, of course. As they find Miposhka, but he should be okay. Blinks away with the Thunder's Toy. Yeah. I don't know how many smokes XG have left, but like I said, whoever they find, the guy should be going down from full to 0. So they still could start looking for Yatoro around the map.
Yeah, definitely with Lal out of the game, that they surely want to try and find something with these little windows that they get. Yatoro and Collapse staying close together. Collapse has got the Aghanims on the way out.
Yep, that's the Horn Toss available.
And Yatoro pretty much having the butterfly.
And I like that they're queuing up like the Shadow Blades and the Silver Edges on Team Spirit. It's important. All they need to do is not get caught first and like try to get a good jump themselves. Because XG, they really rely, like Ice Blast is really the name of the game for XG. It needs to land. So Jin has to come in big, but someone has to set him up.
I'm gonna go for Miposhka top. And they'll get him. No, it's something, but it's still, you know, it's not the big kills.
It's at least a little bit of gold injection. Jin looking for a Hex. Looking for the bigger stuff himself. I mean, of course, it could help later. It means that he doesn't always need to be set up, and it means that it gives him another kind of initiate on the BKB cores. We've got a good ward, which sees Lal walk over. Looks like they're not too interested.
Roshan out just in time.
Radiant are scanning.
Won't be able to find anyone here.
Dire are scanning.
Of course, XM getting time to catch up, but still, it's Yatoro very far ahead of anyone else in the game right now.
Next type of timings in this game will be the second Tormentor and the second Roshan. I mean, XM closing in on a BKB, of course, will help him. Has to make sure that he doesn't get like blasted out of the game by a Requiem or a Hex combo.
Smokes continue here from Spirit. Want to try and use their ults. Secure themselves a fight here. Closing in on the timing where we might see the Roshan come back up.
Oh, this could be a big one. Mid lane smoke is always one of the most crucial ones. You've always got a wave pushing in. You have to be very careful. Because if you bleed a kill to this smoke, you are losing your entire map. They'll just swarm both your side lanes. But XM, good read. Just shrapnels the wave and gets out.
They're going to head down towards the bottom. Maybe see if they can find Arme on this side of the map. But Arme being careful himself. Depends if he gets tempted by this wave. He might be tempted by the fact that he has Pullison behind him. He'll show himself, but Miposhka's so ready. It's him with the Hex. Pulson's going to look to help out. They've got the song here from Rue to make sure that Miposhka can live. And now the setup's there. Collapse into position. The reel in, bringing them in for the two-man RP into Yatoro, cleaning them up. Spirit, they were more than ready for that one, and it's easy kills.
It's just, yeah, like you said, they're just making it look easy. I mean, you can't even kill Miposhka. He has a Lotus.
Nope.
He can just pop it during the foul play. You've got the song to set it up. Song into RP. And Yatoro just whacks away at two heroes with his Empower. Well, and the game for Ame, it's certainly not getting easier. You're playing Carry Tiny into Troll and Magnus.
Yeah.
That's two hardcore counter matchups.
It really is. Any sort of drawn-out fight, you just can't match the Troll. Troll has to be dealt with in the initial burst. It's getting harder and harder, and especially seeing as it looks like Spirit should be able to secure themselves another Aegis hit.
They will, and that's another layer of them not being able to kill Yatoro. Ice Blast, can he get the steal? No.
There we go, Aegis onto Yatoro once more. And Collapse. They get a quick grab on Apollison. Starting to really fall apart here for XG. Spirit looking in excellent form today.
Yeah, this is I'm not going to call it peak just yet, but they're looking very, very good. The way they're drafting, the way they're moving, playing in like 1+1 groups to take over the map, execution. Pretty much on point. Yeah, he's fishing.
He might find a grab, yeah. She's got to be careful how close they get to the edge of the base.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And they have to be careful. It's not that easy to break Collapse's blink. Like him having the Gale Guard, like random stuff on the floor, isn't just going to break his blink and stop him from catching you. Yatoro's hunting.
Maybe seeing if he finds Arme up here. He's not too far off the read there as Arme is close.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Arme has to be careful. If he gets caught, you're just going to get BKB troll ulted and you're gone.
Hey, Yatoro destroys him. And the 1v1 situation for sure.
It's a good read. I mean, Yatoro knows that nobody is mid or bottom, but Arme also doesn't want to push up too far.
Shadowblade as well now for Collapse. Even easier for him to sneak in and set up for the Blink Harpies.
I don't see XG doing anything on the map. When you're down in this position, especially against a Naga Siren, even if it's a support, playing the map or finding like some sneaky moves on the opponent is near impossible. Which means we may just see them wait on the high ground for Spirit's attempt to go push. They do have the Aegis for 3 minutes. Shield Rune, Banner, and a Massive Serpent Ward.
Here they come.
Eyes on Collapse for this high ground push. Likely going to be set up by the attention of a Massive Serpent Ward. Ooh, Miposhka wants to ward the base, likely. Let's see if they can set up all the steps for Collapse to get a fish within the base.
And they can bring that top wave, get that final tier 2 tower. Hex now in line for Xingqiu, and they've got the Aghanims on XXS, so some big items coming in from Xtreme. They want to try and use them, but this smoke, of course, is into this Aegis. Very likely still just having to try and set up and play reactive rather than trying to start something themselves.
See. Maybe with the Hex you can get something going here on Xingqiu.
I mean, Collapse, he's going to get the free setup on Apolison. Look at the vacuum wall down onto the 3 of them. We'll force out the BKB here from both Lyle and Collapse. It's Collapse taking quite a beating here from the Illusions. In fact, he's just straight up dead. They got the song set up, moving in. Yatoro's in with the BKB. Requiem pushing them back. That's Xingqiu gone. Polison brought back for this one. As XM is caught off to the side, he'll put the BKB, try and turn and stand his ground, but XM will fall. They try and make something happen here. They do get the 2 big kills. It should be big enough to slow down Spirit. They're taking out both Lyle and Collapse. I said that the Yatoro is still hanging around. They've got their eyes on Arme, but Posh is going to be able to get the Hex on him. Yatoro moves in here with the XXS will be able to punch him back for now. Drag back as well with the vacuum. They've got decent control. Toss as well to hold Yatoro back. Yatoro, he's gone the once. Arme, he's got his eyes on Rue first. One more tree throw will do it. That's Rue gone. Now they can turn back over towards Yatoro. Can they take him out a second time? XXS in with the punch. See if they can chase this down.
Straight on top of him.
A massive kill if XG can clean up him as well, but it looks like they didn't have further detection, so Yatoro is able to sneak away with the Silver Edge. They won't get him. Still, it's a good bit of something there for XG. They do stop the push, the Aegis push from Spirit, and they did get 2 of the big kills there, both Lyle and Collapse going down. XXS making some fantastic moves with the vacuum, the wall, and you know, that Yatoro illusion, it hurts.
No, for sure. Like, just XXS in both of those little fights, right? The initiation with the 3-man vac wall. He basically solo killed Collapse out of the fight.
Yeah.
And then later comes in with the punch. And he still has not had to show his A on this yet. So he still has it ready for later to break free from one of the Spirit initiations. Because, yeah, he's coming in clutch.
We'll see it again here. So at the start, it looks like, you know, Spirit, they get an easy grab, but XXS making sure that they get punished for that. Coming in with that combo, and yeah, Collapse just getting absolutely destroyed here by mainly, yeah, so the SF illusion really from Lyle that hits the hardest there from the wall. And at this point in Spirit, they still try and continue to force it, but XG, they sort of cut their losses and are able to make it work out. Bottom lane though, Arme, he'll get found here by the 2 of them. Requiem at the ready blows him up. Still difficult to get out on the map. You know, Spirit, they're all back up, and now with the sleep set up.
Oh, they're finding different scenarios.
They're trying to hold back the 2 of them. What do they want to go for first? They'll look for Polison. It'll be the easy one to find. Same time, Yatoro was able to get in on top of XM. He's dead for 70 without buyback. XXS, though, at the end, again, he continues to clutch it up on this Darkseer. Even really when it looks like Spirit, they get something big. XXS making sure that XG still get the trade. And with Yatoro gone for 90 seconds, they'll be able to breathe a little bit on Xtreme.
I mean, luckily, they got something, but this is still a 3-for-1. Ame, kind of a very strange play to go down bottom. He dies first. He was forced to buy back.
Yeah, the buyback actually, that does hurt.
Like, bros, come on. Look at, like, Xingqiu, XXS, they're still, like, trying very much so to hold the game together. Xingqiu's got a Hex, and Atos, XXS continuing to clutch it up.
He's trying to clutch it up as much as he can here, XXS.
There's only so much he can do. He is queuing up a refresher.
I like it.
So, absolutely. Great itemization from him. Let's see if he can kind of be the saving grace for XG.
Spirit. See where they want to go once Yatoro's back in the game. Still growing this lead, despite the little bit of a shake-up that XG are trying their best.
This is a strong Shadow Fiend. 43 armor against the Tiny and the Sniper. 25 talent, which means this Requiem is... It's real fast. You better have your eyes on your hero to pop that BKB before the Requiem fears you.
Yeah, and the thing is, right, most of the time it's been Imposture getting that set up, so...
Yeah.
The combo very deadly. Pushing out in these lanes alone, as we've seen for Xtreme, is pretty impossible with the way that Spirit have been all over the map.
It at least should be semi-easy for XG to hold on to the game. As Spirit's high ground, it's not the best. Sure, you've got Troll and you've got the massive Serpent War, but Yatoro's not playing into the easiest matchups. Ice Blast, Sniper, Tossbacks.
So as long as you don't get kind of fished out of the base by Collapse.
Yep.
Collapse is the one that can sort of just break through that high ground defense and get things set up for Spirit to roll onto the high ground.
As Yatoro, he did finish up the Nullifier as we saw, so just making sure that whoever they lock on, that they get that kill. It also means that this Aeon from XXS isn't as powerful.
He's got his BKB now though, so a bit easier for XXS to get in without any interruption. Ether Lens on Xingqiu, so also easier for him to get those Hex catches. And you see very close for Arme, just about a recipe off.
That will help quite a bit, of course. I mean, he's not the only carry in the game. It will help XM. And also the bonus armor against SF Aura and Mr. Yatoro. Actually, it looks like that XXS changed his mind. He doesn't want the Aeon disc anymore. And honestly, I kind of agree. Can go for better things. Just have the BKB that allows you to fight. You go for the Octary next. And then last item should be a refresher for him.
Spirit. It's of course around the timing where Roshan will be up soon. So likely they'll wait for that. It's going to be up in less than a minute. Now, Xtreme, are they in any sort of shape to try and get out and contest the Rosh, or this is one of those games where you do really just sit back and wait for the high ground?
I think you should. Like, even going back to, I think the first Rosh was the worst. They should have absolutely contested. But even, like, you are strong. They just need the right jump. If they can find, Yatoro, he should be going down from full to 0.
There we go. XG stepping out of the base.
It's not easy, of course, because you have to go through Naga illusions and the song. But if you're quick and you find the right angle, you can do it. As I mean, XXS, this is some Exodia AoE cast range. Or casting AoE, rather, with the Glip Glop and these neutrals.
He's had some fantastic vacuums and walls in the last fights. See if he can do it again. Spirit in position on the high ground. They've got the blast coming in. They're looking to lull, but he's already out. Able to dodge that jump, and they turn with the Hex. They've got the Requiem full up as well. They're looking straight towards Arme. Collapse will come in with the RP, and Yatoro's bringing in the damage. They catch both XM and XXS with that RP off to the side. As this fight, it's over completely for XG. Arme's going to put the BKB and try and run. He might not even make it out himself. He's going to go for the TP. That the damage is done. Ultra kill for Yatoro. A team wipe. Oh dear.
Well, in those situations, you have to be clutch, and they absolutely missed the clutch attack.
Yeah, they didn't get the jump onto Lal, and they're going for this split. Arme goes in, gets caught by this Hex, and at the same time, the fact that Collapse gets the positioning to catch the other two cores.
Yeah.
You know, the fight basically starts with all 3 of XG's cores getting locked down.
Yeah. From full to 0. I mean, you try for the blast, maybe if you can vacuum or hit the avalanche, but Larl, Astros himself with the neutral, like you said, Collapse.
Yeah.
And this is worst case scenario for you to start the fight. You're dying here on the left, you're getting caught on the right. Again, on top of a troll, there's no surviving.
Yeah, it's just, especially when you're trying to take these fights right, and the positioning is such that your Darkseer and Sniper are getting caught on top of each other. That ain't great.
Yeah.
You can't stand that close when you're playing against Collapse. He will find you.
Another fish on
another one.
See ya.
It's falling apart now, this game. Looking to be the end of the road here for Xtreme. As Spirit onto the tier 4s, ready to close this one up if they want to. XXS, he's going to get it with the jump. It's a 3-man back wall. BKBs are out though, the song's there as well. Well, Spirit, they can reset, and Yutora, he's ready to get straight back at it.
Spirit might just stay. They have 2 RPs in 10 seconds if they want to. You just have to wait for the first one.
They'll deal with the illusions of the wall. Yutora cleans up the tier 4. XXS desperately trying to hold on in this game, but unlikely to be able to do it alone. The Serpent Ward's getting dropped down here. The fortification buys them a little bit of time, but still 10 seconds without Arme. There's the RP, collapses in, Skura as well. They'll clean up XM once more as this game is over. The series is Spirit as they'll take this 2-0, knocking out Xtreme.
Spirit quite clean with what they're...